A lot of people come to Peru on more sort of spiritual reasons.
Right.
If you're the kind of person who needs Urubamba is definitely not the place to be. I was involved with spiritual retreats. There's a kind of a fish farm up in the mountains. My heart has always been here in the valley. I just love the location, the mountains.
What draws people from around the world to live in Peru's Sacred Valley, a place known for healing, energy, and peace? Let's find out from someone who's been living it for nearly 10 years.
Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be getting to know a new guest. What's your name?
My name's Andy.
Andy, where are you from?
I'm from Leeds in the UK.
So we're in the Sacred Valley, and we're going to be taking you through Urubamba, where Andy is currently living. So let's go ahead and walk around. And how long have you been living here in Urubamba?
So I've been here, well, I've been in Peru just probably 16 and a half years, and I've been in Urubamba just over 9 years now, I think.
So more than half of your time here in Peru has been here in Urubamba.
Next year will be my 10th year.
Gotcha. So 9 years, almost 10. Why are you living here in Urubamba? Why did you come here in the first place?
Well, originally I was living in Iquitos. I was involved with spiritual retreats. I mean, long story, me and my wife, we wanted to leave the city. My heart has always been here in the valley. I just love the location, the mountains, the scenery. It was actually her idea. She said, let's go to Urubamba, let's go live in the valley. She's a jungle girl. She doesn't like the climate here too much. It's a bit cold for her.
Where are we right now? What is this street?
So this is El Comercio, also known as the Walking Street. It's one of the main shopping streets in Urubamba.
So you probably want to come here if you want to pick up some knickknacks.
I mean, it's not that interesting. This is like a lot of few restaurants, tourist shops, a lot of barbers.
Do you come here to get your beard cut or your hair cut?
Not on this street. Well, I have done, but usually I go somewhere else.
How much do they charge when they get the haircut at the beard cut?
Usually around 10 soles if it's just a trim. Between 5 and 10 soles.
Okay, so like between $2 and $3?
Less than $3.
Yeah. What part of the town do you live?
Well, I live on the other side of the town to where we are now.
Yeah.
About a 15-minute walk from here. A much quieter part of town. It's nice.
The quietest part of town and one of the quietest towns in Peru.
It's quieter, yeah. It's the main town of the valley.
Oh, is it?
It's the capital of the valley, in a sense.
Okay. So for those that don't know, when he mentions the valley, we're talking about the Sacred Valley, Valle Sagrado in Spanish, which is the area that's in like 3,000 meters next to Cusco.
So we are in the corner of the main plaza, the Plaza de Armas.
This is a pretty beautiful one.
And here it's nice, and there's also the cathedral over there.
One of my favorite things to do when I come to any town, city in Peru is come here to the Plaza de Armas, see how they decorate it and see how nice it is to spend time in, because
pretty much every major town in Peru or city has a Plaza de Armas.
Right. So in other countries, like in Mexico, they call it the Zócalo. I'm not sure why it changes every single country in Spanish, but here it's called the Plaza de Armas. And this one's a really beautiful one because it has the mountains in the back of the iglesia, the church.
Well, the reason it was called the Sacred Valley, I think, was because it was the main agricultural center of the Incas. Because although Cusco was the capital of the Incas and most of them lived in Cusco, because of the altitude, you can't grow a lot of crops very easily in Cusco. And the valley is lower. It's a lot more fertile, and so I think this was where this basically fed the Inca civilization. I think.
Okay, that makes sense. And what do you think is going on over here?
They have regular parades, celebrations. I think this year is the bicentennial of the city, of the town. It's 200 years old.
200 years old this year?
I think so.
So they're probably setting up. Let's go ask. Let's go ask them and see what's going on. Buenas tardes. ¿Está pasando un evento aquí?
Oh, pues sí, para mañana.
¿Mañana qué es?
Para un evento de Truck Beats.
¿De qué?
Va a haber danzas.
No escuché, ¿qué?
Va a haber danzas.
¿Danza de qué?
Danzas, van a bailar.
Ok.
Ajá.
¿Están celebrando algo en la ciudad?
Sí, van a tener una actividad.
Ah,
Todos
ok.
los productores.
De danzas. Dale. Okay, so we got a dancing competition going on, or a dancing parade or whatever, and this is here the church. So you can see back there the mountain behind it. I believe there's a snow-capped mountain over there. Some mountains on this side as well. Beautiful backdrop of the church.
If you're enjoying this interview and you're interested in seeing more content like this, you can check out my playlist called the Expat Interview Playlist, where I have been interviewing people from Guatemala all the way down through Central America and now here in South America.
And this is the Plaza de Armas. Plaza de Armas, this one is really nice because it has a fountain with a corn. It has some corn things on top, which I thought was pretty unique. Do you ever come here to the Plaza de Armas and come sit down, drink a beer, or chat with friends and hang out?
Well, not beer, but sometimes I have an ice cream and sit on the sit on the benches around. Yeah.
A British guy not having beers, huh?
Well, because you don't generally drink in public here. So
Is it not allowed?
I'm not sure if it's actually illegal, but it's not generally an acceptable thing to do. I don't think.
It's not a very common thing to see in Peru. I've definitely seen it like around celebrations where people like they start putting up signs. Remember, it's not allowed to drink, but everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
So
I think it is illegal actually, but yeah, certainly on celebrations, people.
I was in Arequipa during the Arequipa week, and there's just people drinking beer everywhere, and the signs everywhere saying you cannot drink, but everyone was drinking. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it's not a big deal here. I don't know. Where are we going now? We're walking towards.
I'm going to take you to the main market of Urubamba.
Ah, there you go.
And it's where I come several days a week to.
Do you buy lots of fresh produce and fruits and such?
Buy fresh produce, yeah.
How much do you spend on food per month?
Maybe 800 soles a month.
Which is around $200 some.
Fresh food is pretty cheap here. A kilo of tomatoes is probably under $1 or about $1.
How often do you go out to eat and how often do you cook?
I mean, if I go out to eat, it's usually for lunch.
Like we just had lunch recently, just a half hour ago. We had a sandwich at one of your favorite restaurants, probably, right?
And probably on average, I'll do that maybe twice a week, once or twice a week.
Okay. Ooh, look at this. Woo. Now this is the definition of bread basket, isn't it? Oh my God. There's a lot of stuff here, lots of fresh produce. The classic people in the very middle of surrounded by fruits and vegetables. So you come here and you come shopping a couple times a week?
Yeah, I get all my fresh produce. Well, I get meat from another store just opposite.
Ah, okay.
Usually. But fruit and veg, mostly from here.
I think people that don't come to Latin America often or understand culture, they don't know that going to the supermarket, like the chain supermarkets, have really bad vegetables and fruit. Yeah. So you have to come here for the good stuff.
Yeah.
You ever buy any flowers here for any hot dates?
The last time I bought flowers was from the mother of my son on Mother's Day.
Lots of knicknacks. Oh, they even have mate. Look at this mate from Argentina.
This is one of my regular stores, actually.
Is it really? Yeah.
But mainly for things like nuts, sauces.
Ah, there you go.
Olive oil.
Looks like we have bee pollen as well.
Yeah, here is where I buy all my veg from.
There you go. So usually, what do you normally pick up? Tomatoes and what else?
Usually, I'm not that adventurous. Tomatoes, onions, chilies. I like spicy.
These are like the sweet ones, right?
Yeah, these are called ají limón. Broccoli.
You cook pretty often at your house because you said you only go out about twice a week.
Yeah, I mostly cook at home.
Is there a reason you don't go out to eat so often?
Well, two reasons. One is that I don't. It's a lot of money if you're eating out every day. It soon adds up.
Okay.
Not money that I like to spend constantly.
Yeah.
But secondly, the kind of foods that I like to eat, personally, I don't really get a lot. I like a lot of spicy foods. Curries. It's not that easy to find that kind of food here. Yeah. Most Peruvian food, I don't mind. I quite like Peruvian food. But it's not very spicy usually. It's not my favorite. I actually prefer Mexican food to Peruvian food.
You mentioned that there's good tacos at the place we ate at today. You like the tacos, huh?
Yeah, you know.
Here's some local drinks. Do you ever get the chicha?
Not from here, no. But
don't get the...
There's some juice. There's another market, or top floor of this market. There's a juice ladies where you can get like fresh orange juice really cheap, which I like that. Do that sometimes.
Moto taxi! And this is the road that goes to your house here?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and walk a bit. What's interesting about the Sacred Valley where we are now is it's quite a bit lower than Cusco. It's about 2,900, 2,800 meters, like
2,700, something like that, I think.
just a good altitude elevation to not be freezing in the morning, because I'm at 3,500 and I'm at like 2 degrees Celsius every morning. Is the weather a big benefit of staying here?
It's a lot milder here in the valley. You definitely notice it. And especially in once we start getting into summer, which is in a few months from now, I rarely feel cold at all. July, August are usually the coldest months, and you can definitely get down to about 0 degrees Celsius.
Right.
In the nighttime. It's definitely milder than Cusco. That's another reason I prefer to be in the valley than in Cusco.
Besides the weather, what other reasons or other benefits are there to live here in Urubamba instead of Cusco, the city?
My kid goes to a school that I like. We just settle here, you know?
You're pretty happy, pretty settled here.
I do feel settled, but
Do you have lots of expat foreigner friends that live here as well?
a lot of my friends that I had here, that especially before COVID, have left over the last 5 years for various different reasons. I don't get out that much. There's not that many opportunities in Urubamba to meet people. You know, one of the advantages of Cusco, I guess, is that there's a vibrant nightlife there. There's lots of bars, clubs, places to meet people.
And you said that you don't typically drink that often, which is a very not British thing to do, right?
Well, I used to, but
Yeah.
these days not so much. I'm getting too old now. I don't like the hangovers anymore.
This town does seem a lot bigger than what I was seeing when I first drove in. Now that we do this walk. And what is the population more or less of this part of the valley?
I mean, it's at least 10,000 in the town, I think.
You actually are an OG digital nomad, right? You're not retired, you're working here. Do you think this is a good spot for other digital nomads?
I think it's a great spot if you're kind of person who needs a lot of stimulation, meeting new people, partying, going out, drinking, clubbing, all that kind of stuff. Then, you know, Urubamba is definitely not the place to be. A lot of people come to Peru on more sort of spiritual reasons.
Right.
If you're looking to do like yoga, meditation, plant medicines, it's a good place to be. If you're looking for a place just to digital detox, just to slow down.
This is a good spot for digital nomads that want to do partial detox while they're working.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's big for people wanting to do these traditional type of ceremonies.
I mean, there are ceremonies here for sure, but I'd recommend going to the jungle for that.
Iquitos is a big place for that, right?
Yeah, which is where I used to live and be involved in that. This is a slightly more residential area now. It's called, this area is called Pintacha, and there's a Plaza Pintacha that we're just walking up to right now. That's another nice place. There's 2 plazas in the town. There's a Plaza de Armas and this plaza here.
So this is the plaza you mentioned.
Plaza Pintacha.
Putacho, huh?
One of the things I like about Urubamba, especially once you get out of the town, almost everybody you walk past will say good morning, good afternoon, well, in Spanish, like buenos dias, buenas tardes. You don't really experience that much in the Western world, I think, these days, you know.
I think that's definitely something that I don't hear too often in Cusco. Bigger city people, bigger city areas.
You definitely won't experience it in Cusco.
I've met expats, explored prices, walked to the streets, and looked into safety. If you're serious about Peru, check out the full playlist to get real boots on the ground info.
Do you do lots of hiking? Because I think there's quite a bit of hikes around here, right?
Not lots. I like hiking in the mountains sometimes.
Do you have a favorite hike that you've done in this area?
There's one that I like that I do with my son sometimes. There's a kind of a fish farm up in the mountains. It takes probably about 2 hours to walk there. It's a really nice walk up there. It's a trout farm.
There are so much trout that you can eat here in the valley and in Cusco.
I think in Urubamba, I think most of the trout comes from this farm up there.
This is the transitional period towards the summer, right?
We're kind of in spring now, I guess. It's not like most of Europe or the northern parts of the US that have very clearly defined seasons: autumn, winter, spring and summer. Basically, it's like the dry season and the wet season. And the winter is the dry season. You know, the average daily temperature is about the same all year round, roughly 20, 22 degrees. The night temperature changes more. In the winter, it gets colder than in the summer, where it's a lot milder. And basically, it's mostly sunny all year round. But obviously, when the wet season comes, which is more, it starts usually around mid-October, and then usually December, January, February are the 3 wettest months. Even during the wet season, it's not like it's raining all day every day. It's like usually 70% of the day will be sunny.
Hola! Hola, niños. Hello, how are you? How are you? There's your neighbors, huh? Saying hi to the neighbors.
What often happens is that it'll start clouding over in the afternoon. Sort of heavy rains come in the late afternoon, and then it clears up again. The summers are typically quite nice.
Thank you so much for showing us Urubamba, Andy. And we gotta watch out for this tuk-tuk. Tuk-tuk.
Want the full story? Andy opens up about his move to Peru and his wild years in Iquitos in our full interview. Check that out here.